Hello everyone, and welcome. In today's video we will talk about anxiety, how to help children with anxiety. Children's natural response to anxiety is to rely on parents for help, and this is something normal. Imagine how difficult it is for a child to handle big emotions and scary thoughts. We parents have an important role in helping children deal with anxiety, control their anxiety, not to add more anxiety or reinforce anxiety. Children need to feel, not just feel, they need to know that they are safe with their parents, that their parents, the people who they love most, are always there to help them, to support them, help them overcome those scary thoughts, those big emotions. When children have an anxiety episode, they don't need a parent who is trying to ignore their thoughts, their scary thoughts, or their big emotions. Or they don't need their parents to push them, force them to face their fears, or tell them things like, there is nothing to worry about, you will be fine. Look, there are other kids who are doing the same things and they are fine, they are okay. What children need and want is exactly what an adult needs and want in those moments when they feel fear, when they feel anxiety. And what they need and then what they want is support, is help, is no judgment. They need understanding. They need to feel safe. So, the first idea is to listen to your child. Listening to your child, it will help your child understand what causes him to feel that way. It will help you understand what causes him to feel that way. And after what you have listened, speak. Speak with the child about what makes him feel that way. Ask lots of questions to find out the real cause of your child's anxiety, not the triggers. For example, the child, let's say, is anxious going to school. Well, that is just the trigger. What you need to do in order to really help your child is to find out the root cause. And by listening and talking to your child, you will be able to notice what his or her thoughts are. And believe me, when anxious people, anxious children have an anxiety episode, they have lots of negative thoughts. They think negative most of the times. So, listen carefully to the child's thoughts and then help the child see if there is another way, a more helpful way to see those situations, those scary things they have to do. You need to listen and you need to help the child get out of the negative thinking trap that helps them, that holds them stuck. It is hard for an adult, and believe me, I know how hard it can be to get out of the trap, to get out of the cycle of thinking negative, of seeing everything dangerous. It's so hard to get out and see the good side when you feel anxious. Imagine how difficult, how hard it can be for a child. So listen, speak, ask questions to better understand the root cause. In life will be many situations that will cause our children to feel discomfort, to feel fear, to feel anxiety. Moving house, school can create this discomfort, anxiety. And this is something normal. Okay? And this is something that children need to know. Children need to know and understand that this is something normal, that there is nothing wrong with them, that we all human experience this emotion. Okay? The difference is that some kids, some people who seem that they are not feeling anxious, they don't have fears, is that they had learned, they have understood that anxiety is not bad. It is actually the opposite. Anxiety is trying to keep us safe. Anxiety is not the enemy. So the second thing you can do in order to help your child control his anxiety is to help him or her learn about anxiety. Explain to the child that anxiety is not the enemy, so try not to fight it. Explain to the child the basic of how the mind works. It doesn't really matter how old your child it is. By explaining the basics of anxiety, you are helping the child understand that their body is doing what it needs to do in order to help him or her feel safe. And that their feelings, the way they feel when they feel fear, their feelings are normal. And you don't have to go into the whole brain science of anxiety to explain to the child how the mind works. Explain to the child that the mind job is to keep us safe from everything, anything that might harm us. It's just that sometimes our brain, our mind does some mistakes and causes us to feel anxiety when we are actually safe. And you can give an example to help the child better understand. The last idea is to help your child build his self-esteem, build his self-confidence and resilience. And here is why. Having all these skills, it will help the child cope with all the fears that the child might have. Most of the times, people feel anxiety when, as I said earlier, when new things show up, when something happens in our life, when we have to move house, we have to change job. Well, the same for our children. They feel anxiety when they have to try new things, make new friends, some of them when they have to go to school, moving a house. But these are just triggers. The triggers causes anxiety. But there are different reasons why we feel anxiety when we experience these situations in our lives. For example, a child has school anxiety. The school anxiety is just a trigger. The real cause, it can be that the child is afraid of being bullied, afraid of failing a test, afraid that others will humiliate him or her, others will reject him or her, will criticize him or her. By helping the child to build self-esteem, self-confidence from the inside out, helping the child build resilience, it will help him or her to stop being afraid of those things. Stop being afraid of those places and situations. Try my ideas. Be patient and be your child's safe person to go when experience those big emotions, scary thoughts. If you need help, if you want me to help your child build strong self-esteem, powerful self-confidence from the inside out, understand the basics of how our mind works in an easy, fun and engaging way, I'm here to help you. This is my passion. So if you need my help, just message me. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video.